I'm Graham Filmer from 9 Yards. I'm site manager, one of the two site managers here at V in Weston Park. 9 Yards have been involved for, I believe, the last 18 years. This is my 5th year as site manager. Over the last 5 years, the main changes have been an increase in the VIP and hospitality areas, which have grown. We don't have here the amount of media that we typically have down in Chelmsford. Therefore, we have quite a bit more space to actually expand that site. So SJM have been keen to push the village and create some nice VIP areas. I believe the capacity of the VIP area this year is 5,000, which, you know, and that area really has only been in existence for 4 years now. Really, it's expanded, you know, greatly. Used to be set up down by another part of the lake behind our main dressing rooms, and now it's gradually grown. It's crossed over the lake. We've had to put a pontoon bridge in to cross the lake, make it easy for those VIP guests to enter. But I mean, in terms of infrastructure, I mean, my specific roles are, you know, we're looking after everything from trackway and all of the campsites to the position of the stages, all of the fencing. I mean, it's every single piece of a site. One of the things that SJM have really focused on is guest welfare. I mean, that is very important to them, and we do keep on ramping up, you know, and improving. Even though the site is essentially the same, there are always improvements that you can make. So we tend to increase toilets, we make the campsites better, we make access easier, you know, the quality of the concessions are better, you know. So and I think, yeah, that's reflected. We have generally a very good atmosphere here, and 90% of the core staff here, or the core crew, including SJM in that crew, have been working on it for years. Many of them for the full 18 years. It's a large family. I mean, the promoter is extremely involved in every aspect. We are very much the delivery people. We're not a T size in terms of numbers of staff, and we have a very sort of aggressive build program as well. I mean, we are only on site for 10 days before we open doors, and we are out of here in 8 days.
This is my 9th year. Looking after all the stages, live stages on site, which is 5 stages, and looking after the artist production, and obviously the logistics and, you know, crewing, rigging, etc., and all that comes with that. I'm employed by Rose Claim, which is the company for V North, and 9 Yards, which is Mr. Tony Wheeler. Tony, who has been doing this since, I believe, day one. So Tony oversees the structures. I mean, he has a lot to do. He's a big job of site coordinator for the whole thing. So he basically manages or produces the structures and has a lot of time into how they run, and then I deal with basically the production that lives within it, and deal with the artists and their wishes. Stageco is the main stage supplier, and then Star Hire for all of the other structures. And then we have Neg Earth, is the lighting company for all stages, and then we have SSE for the main stage and stage 2, and then all the other stages are Adlib audio. And then of course we use XL and CT for video. Video and lighting play a big part. They kind of go hand in hand now. Where in the old days it was just a screen where you could see a band and lights lit up the band and gave you a show. Now those two do go together, and obviously you'll see a lot of designers, lighting designers, bringing in video elements. It's everywhere, so everyone wants video, everyone wants to see video. Organisers like to have video. All bands love video, so video is it's a massive component now, which it wasn't when I first started at this festival. Within the festival rig and the festival package, there's elements there that we inbuilt from the beginning, but then the two different artists, headline artists, have absolutely completely different production looks and values. So yes, there's been a lot of a big changeover, but at the same time we try to put in place as much of the two different productions to try and minimise the main changeover. So i.e. we're not taking the whole thing down and rebuilding the whole thing again, but I must say this year is probably more of a challenge than most years, just because the two productions are quite unique and they're quite large. Stage 2, we do a completely different changeover, not so much with lighting, even though we do move lights around and change fixtures, but with video, for instance, we've completely changed and rebuilt the on-stage video for both nights. As a festival, everyone tries their hardest to get the best coverage, the best feel for the audience and the artist, but at the same time we do have sensitive areas that we monitor all the time and try to keep everyone happy. We're always fighting to keep everyone happy, and that's the outside of the festival, the audience and the artist and their engineers. And so for the varying PA companies, especially SSE, because they do the two big outdoor stages, we always are mindful of what we have to achieve and how we deal with it. The V Festival, which is obviously sponsored by Virgin, SJM via Roseclaim control this site, and yes, we need to keep a look. We need to deliver our message and our look. So it's not just about a band saying, hey, we're going to come in and change this and make it, into our look. No, sorry, there's a like a template that we have to try to adhere to.
My name's Andy Redhead. I'm the festival organiser for the V Festival in Weston Park. We started off around the 55,000 mark, and now progressively we've reached up to 85,000 customers. So yeah, we've increased quite significantly over the years since we started in 1999. It's a very competitive marketplace, so we have to keep trying our best to keep customers satisfied, because people will soon let the feelings know if you're not doing things right. So we always try and strive to keep customers happy and give them the product that they want. We're pretty lucky in the fact that V's promoted by 3 independent promoters. So a lot of the artists that we have at V, we promote all year round, so we have relationships cemented with them anyway. So we're in a lucky position that when we're looking for the next year's lineup, we have quite a lot of relationships already in place. So we just keep striving and asking our customers what they want. That's the big thing. We do poll customers and say, well, what do you want to see in V? And I think that's an important thing. You've got to remember, you can't create a festival for what you'd like. You've got to create a festival for what other people who are buying the tickets want. So that's what we try and strive for all the time, is to see what people want, and we'll try and give it to them. I think there's a pretty good habitual audience, V goers, and some people have been with us for a long time, all V's, So, but we are definitely bringing a lot of younger people, and this year's been quite a lot of younger audience, a lot of females. I think that has a lot to do with Beyonce. She's got a large female audience. The festival market is really, really competitive, and customers vote with their feet. They won't come if they don't like what we've got. So you've got to try new things. You've got to try and encourage them. This year, for the first time ever, we've done an upgrade package. So we're in the VIP area. This is all brand new. It's a new experience for people who want to try that sort of thing. We have our luxury camping area, which is very, very popular. It's sold out. Last year, they had a little bit of a walk that wasn't as nice because we get a bit muddy. So this year, said, well, why don't we put a bridge across the lake? Well, we got to the bridge after trying gondolas and motorboats and things like that, and all these ideas, no, that's not going to work. So we thought about pontoon bridge, and it looks really nice, and it's become really popular. So I think that might be a fixture. But then you do these things, you get the idea, and then you book it. But then you've got to see if what you can do with the estate. If we can put this into the lake, is it going to affect the fishing and things like that? So you've got to involve an awful lot of people. got to strive and keep things up to scratch. And so far, it's been great. Showsec and Watermills have performed really well. And it's always hard with new contractors, you know, both from our side and for them, because they've got to try and bed into the way things we're doing. You know, they're the new kids on the block, doing the first day at school with people. So they've done really well. Showsec have done a great job for us in trying times. We had terrible weather conditions on Friday, and they coped really, really well. 9 Yards have been looking after the festival since its inception in 1996. So Tony Wheeler, who's our site manager, has been there since the very beginning. So no one knows it better than he does, and there's no better site manager in the country, in my opinion. I think we've tried to keep a consistent team all the way through. We're very loyal to people as far as we can. There's a lot of people here on site that have done all 18 festivals. I've done 17. I got a year off for good behaviour one year. But Tony's done all 18. A couple of our site managers like Chris Caddy has done all 18. Buffalo Power Services, Buffalo Tom, he's done it for 18 years. There's people like Search, been again doing it for 18 years. A lot of our contractors, we stayed with, and if you don't need to change them, if it ain't broke, then don't fix them.